What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? I am so glad that the season finale is coming up next week because I'm over this show right now. Because at this point, it's a bunch of the same old stuff. I'm getting to the point where we're repeating everything and nothing is getting resolved. And it's just irritating at this point. I'm sorry. Married to Medicine. What is this? Season 11, episode 14, choosing sides. It should not have gotten to this point where they literally have to choose sides or they're being put in a position to choose sides because people can't get over their exes and because they're encroaching and coming into spaces that they did not need to come into. You bringing issues that you claim that you are over, both Quiet and Greg. You claim that you're over it, but you're literally not, okay? And more so Greg. And then you're letting your ego get in the way. You're letting your ego get in the way. And this just goes to show how selfish of a man and how bitter of a man Greg is, if you even want to call him a man. First of all, I will continue to say I have an issue with the fact that they allowed this man to come back on this show, given that he has already been accused of being abusive, okay, and having alleged these abusive tendencies, and we've seen some of that stuff already. And the fact that the cast is standing by him, meaning that they're trying to make it so that it's okay for Quad, King, Greg, and Sweet Tea can be on this show together. Ain't no way in hell, okay? And this how it be. Like, people really can't call out their so-called friends when they do stuff, but they'll call out another person or other people that's not close to them or that they don't know that has done stuff or had an allegation against them and all that stuff. This is somebody that is close to you. This is somebody that's been in this group for a minute. And at this point, I don't feel like Quiet is lying. After that shit that happened with Sweet Tea, everything that Quiet said, and mind you, I'm not the biggest fan of nobody on this show, right? So I can take it or leave it. But at the same time, after what we saw and how he acted towards Sweet Tea and how he's been acting, he little girls her all the time. I believe everything that Quiet said about that man. And the fact that they are all standing here on this show, 10 toes down, literally trying to make it so that they're comfortable on this show. No, if you're going to come back with your past and what's been accused about you and you're not addressing that, you're not putting that to rest, but you're getting in your issues and getting in your face and getting in your feelings or whatever because you letting your pride take over because your ex then came back with her new man that she's clearly happy with. You're in your whole ass marriage and you are in your feelings over something that you said about his woman. He defended his woman. He approached you and basically said you needed to apologize for what you said because you did not need to say what you said about her. She didn't need to say what she said, and you didn't need to say what you said. And I just need people to understand that. And it didn't even have to get this far. That man did not touch you. And so therefore you want to put a restraining order on him to make it so that this man cannot be on this show. That's just all that it is. You can't hurt him physically because you know he'll beat your ass down. So you going to go through Quad. And you want to hurt her because you know that that's going to hurt her, that she can't show off her man. That is so sick and twisted. Mind you, again, King said we should give him some space and we should give him some support. Talking about Greg. And that just goes to show King is the better man than Greg. Because King wasn't even upset about the whole thing. King was wanting to sit down and talk to him and apologize and give him that whatever comfort or whatever he needed from him. He wanted to get that from him, give it to him. But no, you want to take it a step further by going and pressing charges or trying to get a restraining order. Don't want to drop it, feeling like the men taking his side and all that stuff. No, it's because they see through the bullshit and they know that you're doing the absolute most. Because at this point, it ain't about you allegedly getting attacked what you didn't. It's about your pride and your ego that you just can't put aside. And ever since you came back on this show, your pride and your ego, you allowed it to be bruised, okay? My whole thing is you're a selfish fucking man because not only are you doing that, you don't give a damn about your wife. Your wife is on this show, and your actions is making it very much more difficult for your wife to maneuver amongst the people on the show. And you don't care about that. Which goes to show again, why the hell are they on the show? Mind you, I was okay with Sweet Tea coming on the show. But now that he is on the show and he doing all of this stuff, absolutely the fuck not. Okay? It's irritating, it's disgusting, it's pissing me off because, again, I don't support abusers. So therefore, why are we sitting here putting this out on this show, Bravo? Like I don't understand like the it really pisses me off, but because I just don't like when people do one thing. It's like picking and choosing. It's literally picking and choosing, and at this point, she gonna have her man back regardless because that's her man, and she gonna stand 10 toes down, which she should, but you can't open up your mouth and tell your man that, listen, you dragging this out a little bit too much, okay? I want to be here. I want to continue to try to get to know these women. I want to stay on this show, and you are making it difficult for me. I want Sweet Tea to open up her mouth and say that to him. But of course she won't. And we already know why she won't. I wouldn't be surprised if she's scared to speak up her mind to his man, okay? Because he probably will put her down, And it's just really, really irritating. It's frustrating to see that these two are putting, no, I ain't even going to say Sweet Tea. Him. Greg is putting the people in the cast into a position where it's now divided even more than it was when they were just trying to get back together and everybody was coming on one accord. And it's really ridiculous at this point. It really is, And just like one of the guys said, you're upset and your feelings over a marriage that ended 7 years ago and you're in your whole new relationship. You've been married to this woman for like 2 years already and you still in your feelings over an old one. Like what? Get over it, move on, and focus your attention on your wife and making her happy. Okay? Not putting her in situations where she got to defend you and look stupid. He just irks me so much. Contestant and Heavenly, that little sit down was cute. It ain't gonna last. Let's just be honest. It ain't gonna last, okay? Y'all just not cool. Cordial. That's just all that y'all could be. I say it's cool that y'all was able to actually sit down this time and to say, let bygones be bygones. Let's agree to disagree. You got to take your part in and I got to take my part in it. There was no real accountability in that. Contestants still don't think that she did anything wrong. Heavenly don't think that she really did anything wrong. You both did, okay? Heavenly, Contessa, you put it out there. You implied. You put the actions out there. You made it feel and seem and put your business out there on and make that whole season you was on there about your marriage and about how you wasn't happy, about how this man was treating you, and you getting your feelings when people perceive what you put out there as to be something negative. That's wrong. And then you get upset when people talk about it. You gotta eat that because you put that out there. Okay? One thing about it, two things for sure. I really feel like Heavenly wouldn't have said nothing had you not put that out there. Heavenly, you were fucking wrong for even just talking about it because that is your friend. Like I always said, yes, you didn't necessarily come out your mouth and say that man was abusive. You answered a question and you said verbally, emotionally. You didn't have to read that question. You could have bypassed that question. You wanted to. And if that was your friend, you didn't have to do that. I will continue to say that. And so, yes, both of y'all wrong. And then that agree to disagree type of shit. Yeah, it's not going to work. Because at that point, when you agree to disagree, it's like, I'm not budging on how I feel. And I don't care what you say, what you think. I'm still going to be right. I'm not going to own up to what I did completely. She not going to own up to what she did completely. Any way that they contribute. No. And I'm just like, can we stop? Can we stop? Like, all right. The whole back and forth at, contestants event, which was a good event. We are putting on because, especially in the Black community, dealing with diabetes. Thank goodness I don't have diabetes. But I do know, like I said, my mom has diabetes. And my mom got diabetes because when she got pregnant with her last baby, the 21-year-old, she developed stational, or what is it, stational or gestational diabetes when you get pregnant. Yeah. And then once she gave birth, it turned into full-blown type 2 diabetes. Okay. That's just what it is, you know? And so, yeah, that was a good cause. And having dentists out there, different type of doctors to help and show how you need to, you know, everything functions together, you know, that was good. And only for them to get loud. And actually, it was Heavenly that got loud, you know, at this whole situation with Quad and Greg and all that. I just need them to understand this. I get that y'all want everybody to be together, but this is the reality of it. If we want to be and have a reality show, we got to act like a real reality show. And the reality is everybody ain't going to be cool. Everybody ain't going to be in the same place together. Everybody is not going to be all right with being in the same place together. And that is okay. Be okay with everybody not coming together. Be okay with, well, I'm going to throw an event and I'm going to put that invitation out there and all is welcome, and be okay with the two warring partners, people, fractions, one or the other not coming. Be okay with that, because that's reality. And I would rather be okay with it, because then you ain't going to mess up my event. With y'all coming there with y'all mess. It's supposed to be about me and y'all over there arguing, getting all the attention. Absolutely the freak not. Okay? No. And the last thing that I truly want to say, Simone Whitmore and Cecil Whitmore, what the hell is going on? Honestly, please tell me. I don't like to get on my platform and question people's parenting. Because one, you're going to have people that say, well, you're not a parent, so you can't this and you can. I'm going to say what the hell I got to say and what I see. And what I see is some goddamn bullshit. Okay. And I get it. A lot of us come from homes where we didn't really have much, or some come from homes where it was extra strict, or, you know, our parents, I ain't talking about mine, it's probably, you know, it probably was some abuse going on, physical abuse or some shit like that. And you're like, I never raised my kids like that or whatever. And so when you have kids, you make it so that your kids don't have to struggle and go through what you went through. You do that, what is it? Not good parenting, but gentle parenting and all that stuff. Yeah. Fabulous. Understand it, okay? Because everybody don't need to be knocked out. I ain't gonna say that. Everybody don't need to be popped, okay? Everybody don't need to have a belt put to their ass. But your boys, I don't know what type of goddamn parenting y'all was doing. Maybe y'all was way too goddamn lax. Maybe Cecil was really out there selling houses and not really up in the house, and Simone was up in the delivery room all the goddamn time. Because what the hell is going on? And I hate to even have to say this, but that is so embarrassing. That would be so embarrassing to me as a parent. Putting my parenting skills and my kids on goddamn, my grown ass kids on TV, and these motherfuckers can't even clean up their own place that I gave them. You don't have no real responsibility but to fucking clean your goddamn place up? And don't give me that, oh, well, you know, boys and men, they could be a little junky. They could be this. True. But at the same time, it's a lot of them that like shit to be clean. Okay? These motherfuckers are lazy as fuck. And I feel for anybody that try to get into a relationship with them, because they're going to literally, because listen, at one point, you have to cut that cord completely. Okay? You have to cut that cord completely. And Cecil and Simone, but mainly Simone, will not do that. This is why these boys will be handicapped in life as they are right now if they don't get that shit together. If they don't nip that shit in the bud. Y'all are 20 plus years old. You're not 16, 17, 18, 19. You're 20s. Okay? And this is the time where you're supposed to be out there discovering who you are, trying to get your profession, you know, figure out who you are and all that stuff. But you mean to tell me you can't pick up a goddamn duster? You can't pick up a fucking mop? You can't get a Swifter? You can't get shit to go and just go ahead and clean up your stuff? Listen, they make it so much more easier that you ain't got to get a real broom these days. They got electronic shit that you just turn that bitch on and you go up. You ain't got to put that much effort in there. Baby, get a fucking Roomba and put it on the goddamn floor and let it get that shit up. Okay? If you don't want to go and vacuum on your own. You know what I'm saying? What is so hard about wiping down the goddamn counter with the paper towel behind you after you done dropped something? What is so hard about rinsing out the dish that you use and then washing that bitch? What is so hard about that? What is so hard about putting your clothes in the fucking hamper and taking the fucking trash out? And I just know it stink up in that motherfucking condo. And mind you, you don't have no responsibilities other than to keep that bitch clean because your parents are paying the rent. And then they come in and they clean up the place for you and you can't even keep it clean. You had to come in and clean up these two grown men's place. And you worried about this person on this show being a mean girl, what this person doing in their relationship, when your kids can't even clean up and pick up, probably don't even know what the fuck a mop is. What? And now your solution to all of this, because you see that they're being extra lazy now that they're on their own. Mind you, they being lazy while they was with you is to bring them back to the home. What? Cut the fucking cord and let them get a taste of what reality is. Okay? I'm not finna provide you with this. I'm not finna provide you with that. This is how it goes. I'm sitting here like, what? This is embarrassing. They're embarrassments. I'm sorry. That's just how I gotta put it. I don't know what it is. I don't. And again, I ain't trying to offend nobody. I don't like questioning people parenting and shit like that. But when you put that shit out on display and they're grown compared to, listen, the younger kids that's on this show got more sense of responsibility than the fucking grown ass kids on this show. And I'm talking about Simone and Cecil's sons. Okay, it's ridiculous at this point. And I would not want to sign up and know that my sons or put my kids on blast like this so that people can judge them the way that I just did. Yes, did I judge? Absolutely. And you were too. So don't act. I'm sorry. Like, that shit blew me each and every time. It's never something positive. They just sit there just looking stupid. Just looking like they don't know what to do. Like, because they know mama is going to come through and take care of it. And Cecil, when you going to step up? When you going to open up your mouth and say, nah, Simone, nope. This is what we got to do. Let these boys be men. You know, that's what y'all like to say, right? Let the boys be men. Let men be men. Well, let them be men. Anyway, that was the episode. If anything else was going on, they talked about Phaedra. Baby, we don't give a damn. Okay? She ain't coming back. She ain't come to the reunion. She don't like these girls. She never liked these girls. And she used the show just to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's just all that it is. She really has no real reason to feel any type of way, and I continue to say it. I don't care who disagrees. She has no real reason to feel any type of way about these ladies because they allowed you to come into their world, into their space, and you gave them absolutely the fuck nothing. And so they treated you accordingly. They tried to include you, and you barely was there. So there's that. Anyway, that's the episode review. That's all that I got. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. Y'all can tell I'm just over it. I'm so glad that this is the finale next week. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. And plus, I'm a little concerned. I got a friend that's sick and all that shit. So I'm more so concerned about that than this. But anyway, y'all, I'll see y'all later. Peace.